Alrighty guys, how's it going? I originally wasn't going to film this, but we got to think about it. I need to get you guys out some content. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that tips and trick vid. Believe it or not, that was probably an hour-long video, and I was sitting here making it and the phone ran out of memory. That's why it cut off abruptly, and normally when my phone does that I lose the whole video. For whatever reason it saved 30-some minutes of it or whatever, so I thought what the heck, I'd release it to you guys. What I got on the bench today that I've been puttering on off and on is one of them blue House Offmar 660 clones that was donated to me, and I'm doing it up so Smitty's got something to compete in Clone Wars with. And then I think after Clone Wars, I think I might use this chassis, and we might de-stroke this thing and do some really bad things to it and see what happens. I think that'd be kind of cool. Hopefully by then I'll be all more squared up. The numbers that I chose to go with on this, even though this is going to be competing with, I'm not competing with it, so sorry Smitty if you don't want this out there, but I don't know what the stock squish was. Never checked it. I knew I was doing machine work. As soon as I saw that it was 95 on the exhaust, it was 95, 120, 80. So, my marker. I changed things up to 24 squish, 100 on the exhaust, 125, 85. I did that with just machine work. It is still at 24. It is still at 100. I did not raise the roof any. I worked my butt off to actually lower the roof on the thing. Then I moved the transfers to 120. And it is sitting between 87 and 86. It's probably more like 86.5, 86.6, somewhere in there. Between here and there, depending on how you read it. If you go off from 50 thousandths gap or whatever, it's for sure 87. I don't know. I'm not going to JB weld up. I've ran far worse than that before on these. This thing had stalactites and all kinds of stuff in the transfers. It's a crummy cylinder. There's still a few scratches and gouges in it, but it's from where the factory honed it. I don't know if they honed it with 36 grit or what, but I re-honed it, did all the port work. There's the intake. There's the huge lowers. Now, I did not touch the bottom side of these uppers. They were shaped like that. I'm not particularly fond of it, but I'm not gonna go in there and take more of that bridge away to change the shape. The chamber didn't come out as nice as I would like. The Nicosil put up one heck of a fight. I cut the base, did have to put the chamfer back in. That is the exhaust port shape I chose to go with. It, like I said, those that are wondering how I achieved, because obviously on a lot of these clones I've seen them anywhere from 94 to 98 on the roofs, and these be all over. But if I told you 24, 100, 20, and 87, some guys would be like, you can't get them numbers. Yeah, you can. How I achieved that was, here's the cylinder. Here's your combustion chamber. Here's your exhaust port, intake port, and you got your tabs that bolt the base down and your bolts will go through. The saw's probably in the way. Let's see if you guys can even. Yeah, it looks like you guys can see it. Now, what I did was I cut the chamber out and did not touch my exhaust roof. The only spots that I touched it is where I widened it I blended it in to get a nice, well, it's got a little bit flatter roof, but to get a nicer arch. Where I widened it, I blended it in. I didn't raise the roof any at all. I cut the chamber out, which is going to give it more compression. Lower roof's going to give it more compression, and I cut the base off. Now, as a result of this machine work, the intake landed lower than I would have preferred this to been 80, but it is what it is. I feel my gains for lowering the roof and the compression outweigh if I lost any. It might spit back some. I mean, the steels are pretty bad for spitting back on these larger ones, but it's just a cookie cutter. But it's not crazy numbers or nothing. It should make good power. The last one that I stuffed very numbers similar to this, it was like 9.8 horse, 10 horse, something like that. So this one's probably not going to get dynoed. But for that person that said that these numbers are unachievable, and I forget what video it was or whatever, they are achievable with machine work. Now, without machine work, no. That's just how it goes. But I lowered the exhaust 5 degrees. Doesn't sound like a lot, but a big saw like this, it's gonna make for some good pull. Smitty can gear it up to how he wants, whatever chain he's gonna build for it. But I want to get putting this thing together, and hopefully I can have it test fired tonight. I don't have another black plastic piece here. I looked around, couldn't find one. I got one more spot in the other shed I might be able to look, but if not, don't be surprised if you see some tape holding the bolt that holds this down is busted, so I'll just end up probably taping that down. So yeah, so there we go. That's the numbers I chose to go with on Smitty's build. As soon as I'm done with this one, I want a day's rest or whatever, and then I'm going to jump on that 385, I think. So I've blabbered on here enough. You guys take it easy and have a good one.